Hi guys, today I'm going to watch a very interesting video. In this video, Queen Elizabeth, who is currently 95 years old, giving a Nazi salute when she was a child. That is going to be interesting, right? So let's go and check out this video. This is going to be very fun. Let's go.
This morning, Buckingham Palace wants to know who leaked a video from Queen Elizabeth's family archives.
Someone
the Sun
leaked
newspaper
it.
obtained a 70-second black and white video showing the Queen as a child. It apparently shows her
The Sun
performing
leaked
a
it.
Nazi salute. Charlie Daggett is outside Buckingham Palace in London with how the palace may have helped the video get out. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning to you. Palace officials have confirmed to us this morning that an internal investigation is underway to determine the source of the leak, where that family footage came from, and just how it ended up in the hands of the Sun newspaper. It's a grainy home movie shot in 1933. Playing up for the camera, a young Queen Elizabeth is seen apparently raising a Nazi salute alongside her mother and younger sister dancing around.
And her mother
uncle,
too.
the future King
She's
Edward
also raising
VIII,
her hands.
does the same. Whether an innocent gesture done in jest, the palace is said to be scrambling to figure out how the film got out, says royal correspondent Roya Nika.
There's been a
Just
huge
randomly.
level of concern as to how the material got out. The fact that they actually don't know how it's got out, unknown things like that to do with the royal family and archives rattle royal aides, and they rattle members of the royal family too.
Did you guys notice one thing? They're all focused on how the footage got leaked instead of wondering why it happened, instead of wondering what the footage actually represents.
However, part of that clip had already been made public, apparently showing the Queen and her sister just moments after that incident, part of an exhibition by Buckingham Palace last year, which has lent to claims the palace itself may be partly to blame for inadvertently releasing the footage to documentary makers. The Sun
Understandable.
newspaper won't say where they got it, but it was obtained in a legitimate fashion and published with the public interest in mind, says managing editor Stig Abel.
The fact remains that in 1933, led by a man who was to become Edward VIII, the British royal family were doing Nazi salutes to a video. That seemed very immediately to us to be a matter of great cultural, historical and general interest.
Absolutely.
The historical interest the paper claims is that it reveals King Edward's implicit support for the Nazis from early on. Long accused of being a Nazi sympathizer, Edward visited Hitler in 1937 after giving up his crown to marry U.S. divorcee Wallace Simpson. The Queen was only about 6 years old when the film was shot
They're
at the
all
private
connected.
residence of Balmoral, unaware of what that Nazi salute would come to symbolize. Adolf Hitler was then an aspiring politician, already a German chancellor and the head of the Nazi Party, but before he became the Führer of the Third Reich, long before the horrors of World War II and the atrocities of Nazi Germany. And as much as that footage came as a surprise, it's not likely to affect the public image of the Queen herself.
It's not going to damage the monarchy in the eyes of the British public, and I think across the board people understand
Of course,
that
of
it's
course.
a sensational story, but I don't think it really has any impactful meaning as to how we view the monarchy.
Now, the Royal Archives are not open to the public. Some researchers are invited to access them, but only with palace approval. But now some historians are saying the royals should open up and reveal more of what's inside. Nora?
Charlie Daggett at Buckingham Palace, thank you.
Something tells me they'll get to the bottom of that. But she's a little girl at the time, clearly imitating her uncle.
Right, probably
no
did
idea.
not
It
know
was
this.
embarrassing to the
Very,
royal
very
family.
embarrassing.
Of course, she was a child at that time. She didn't know any better. You know what children do? They imitate other people. So I'm sure the people around her doing that constantly. Not just her uncle. You can see her mother doing that in this video. So her mother, her uncle and other people for sure doing that Nazi salute in front of her, and she picked up on it. Anyway, it's very interesting. And at that time, Hitler wasn't Hitler, right? Hitler wasn't that devil, right? So maybe just a common thing. I don't know. Anyway, it is very interesting. It is very interesting. You can find some conspiracy. You can find actually a lot of conspiracy in it if you really want. So it's a very interesting video. Anyway, this is my biggest question. What other videos they are actually hiding?